Chris MacFarland's coming up. He is the CEO of Comcast Business Masergy. He's also on the MEF's CEO Advisory Council, and he's going to talk to us about transforming the future with secure network solutions. So come on out, Chris.
So it's not lost on me that I'm the only thing standing between you and lunch. So I thought we'll spend about 10 minutes. Here, I think I hit the right button, maybe not. I thought it might be useful, since we spent so much time today, and those of you that were here yesterday, talking about the technology, the implications, is to give you a bit of an update on Comcast business at large and our solutions and how we're utilizing a lot of the NAS capabilities today, and that we'll continue to invest in things that continue to enhance things from the customer's lens and the customer's journey. So just to give you a sense, it's probably not many of you think about Comcast as a business services company or a powerhouse in solutions. Just to give you a little sense of who we are. You know, we're the fastest growing scaled businesses out of Comcast Cable. You know, this year we had a kind of a real marquee of $10 billion in revenue with the acquisition of Masergy, which was just almost right at the 2-year anniversary. You know, we've got true global capabilities. And we absolutely are an SMB powerhouse, with now having, you know, a little over 2.5 million customers that use the services platform. And if we were standalone, we'd be number 364 on the Fortune 500. But when you think about solutions, and we think about growth and how we gain market share for the foreseeable future, it really is about, you know, how can we enhance the solution to really serve customers, you know, across the entire globe. And so we work with many of the people in this room on a day in and day out basis, because just like everybody, you can't have fiber or wireless networks in every MSA in every place in the world. And we're really excited about the work that the MEF's doing here. The current focus is really around SD-WAN and networking and cybersecurity, and then value add services around collaboration, unified comms, and voice. The way that we think about secure global networking, though, is the fact that we lead with, you know, the human-to-human aspect of this, which is how do we help customers achieve different outcomes with their business journey, and how do we really focus on their experience? And we feel like Comcast is in a pretty unique situation, because we don't have a big legacy business that we're trying to migrate to. We're just trying to drive things onto our broadband network and our fiber infrastructure. And so when you think about the update between, you know, what we've been able to accomplish the last couple of years, is we've really been able to drive cost efficiency for fiber and broadband and all of the locations that our customers have. And we've been accelerating our international capabilities in terms of things that we can do across the globe with all of our partners in South America, Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and all the parts of Asia. And then where we've been investing is how do we expand our solutions around cybersecurity and networking, which leads right into what we're doing with NAS and the work that's being done by MEF. In addition to that, we've also been working hard through how do we take observability and enhance and enrich the analytics that come out of these pieces of the infrastructure, because at the end of the day, our customers are mostly focused on application performance, user experience, and the reliability of all of the supply chain components that are in their digital infrastructure today. So we think by coupling that with a white glove or a high touch experience, it allows us to scale across, you know, the smallest of businesses to the Fortune 50 in terms of the capabilities and services that they'll procure from us. And automation is a key piece of being able to unlock, you know, this capabilities. And we couldn't do this without a very large ecosystem of not only underlying carriers that we work with across the globe, but also technology vendors. And so today, you know, we've got, you know, 4, arguably 5 SD-WAN vendors. Depending on the size of the business, we steer you to different types of platforms. And then in the security domain, we're working with a whole lot of people. In fact, you'll probably see 1 or 2 new logos up there later this year. And then when you think about underlying transport vendors, just in the United States today, we're working with over 300 transport companies. And then when you look outside of the United States, there's another 120. And when you double click into them, it's actually 300 other service providers that we work with across the globe. And on the multi-cloud side of the equation, you've got both the infrastructure players as well as the SaaS vendors We believe that we're probably one of the most interconnected platforms across the globe. And then over the last handful of years, we've absolutely been working through what does it mean in the campus around Wi-Fi? What does it mean with larger campuses leveraging private, 5G, as well as other technologies around fixed wireless access? We do see Comcast moving up, the value chain in terms of being really, really looking at the solution from an end-to-end perspective. And we're starting to get some really great feedback of what that means. But over the last year, we saw our managed LAN business grow a little over 20%. We saw, led by SD-WAN, we saw our managed WAN business grow by 48%. And we're seeing security, which is the smallest piece of our revenues, grow at an even much faster pace for these things. But today, we got presence in a little over 102 countries. We got 1 million routes of fiber that we manage here in the United States. We have over 700 data centers that were true on-ramps to those data centers in the United States. And then across the globe, there's another 200 data centers that we reach. In this past year, we enabled 9 new, what we call SASE, or Secure Service Edge POPs here in the United States. We'll continue to expand that. And we've got a big commitment to continue to innovate on the platform today. Just this year, we're spending over $1.5 billion on infrastructure and other services. And from an innovation standpoint, we do run the largest, broadband network in North America. And our IP network is absolutely tier 1. But in addition to that, with the combination with Masergy, we also know that we run the highest performance global software-defined network in the world, which really allows us to augment things when we're trying to serve multinational customers. So today, our secure network solutions portfolio goes from SD-WAN, us being agnostic around access, because we see almost every customer wanting to leverage, depending on the size of location, both broadband, fixed wireless access, dedicated internet access, as we're still using sometimes private connectivity. And we do see this hybrid world evolving for the enterprise space, regardless of whether it's a mid-market enterprise or a Fortune 500 company, where we're seeing hybrid across how they use infrastructure. We're seeing hybrid across how they use network communications and the underlying transport. And they're looking for resiliency and incremental capabilities across this. And as we move into this next era around SSE and SASE, and we put more of the technology in the provider edge versus the premise, we think we'll see hybrid there as well, where it's not one size that fits all. But what's important is that the broader ecosystem allows flexibility, modularity, and other capabilities. And so when you think about Comcast today, we've got different platforms serving different things, but we're really focused on how do we simplify the user engagement and how do we simplify our distribution models? Because today there's a lot of different ways that you can procure services from us. And then secondarily, we're investing in analytics, which we've been doing for a really, really, really long time. We're making it more ubiquitous across all of the solutions that we offer. And it's really important because we can take that data today and enhance and give significant insights to not only how their network performs, but their applications, a lot of really geeky, nerdy things around latency and packet performance and jitter. But when you take that and couple with their log data, and then you enrich things, because with SD-WAN and SASE, we're able to take a deeper dive into a lot of applications, is really how do we enhance them so they can resolve issues when they see it with user performance. And so we believe that this allows customers to move at a much faster pace and to truly open up agility. And so we're in our second version today of AIOps that really takes these rich analytics that not everybody looks at every day, but takes kind of the top 50 use cases that we see and has a series of algorithms, of which a handful are true machine learning, and makes decisions and recommendations for our customers when we see things like, hey, you're trending bandwidth or quality service planes where you're going to run out. And we've already profiled the top 20 cloud or SaaS applications you're using. You might want to think about how this is going to affect the user experience. And we see many customers make simple configuration challenges with servers or infrastructure that they're putting up, But we're pretty excited about what this means because all the great work that the MEF is doing around automation for network as a service are things that we've been doing piece parts and components of for a really long time. But as us as an industry is able to bring more of this together, we should allow us all to accelerate growth as we enhance the security and cyber posture of the enterprise, but at the same time, really enable them to allow their cloud journey to be much more smoother and see the digital fabric of their global network and cybersecurity was fit really well into being able to make their business, run super smooth. I got a few minutes left, but I thought lunch was more important to get to. So again, I appreciate everybody's time and hope you have a great rest of your day.